So if you clicked on this video, you're basically saying, hey, I feel like I've been trying all of these things to get better product photos of my crafts and nothing is working. I feel like I'm at square one, or I've made a little bit of progress and I've been trying all the things, but nothing's working. What gives? And I'm sure you're doing all the things, but there might be a couple things you are doing that is working against you and just really not helping you get those product photos that are more likely to sell your crafts online. So I'm going to get into this. And if you want to know more about what some of these potential habits are that you might be doing that you need to break, keep watching. So before we get into everything, first I just want to say hello. My name is Imelda Jimenez Samar and I'm a product photography coach helping handmade sellers learn how to shoot product photos that sell online. So having coached makers on product photography and also talked to a lot of makers about product photography, there were some definite themes going on when it came to product photography. There were some definite themes when it came to why are my photos not getting better? I'm really struggling with this. I'm struggling with that. And I feel like I'm going in circles, like I'm on a hamster wheel and I'm not seeing the progress. And this is really important because these photos that you're taking of your work are going to help you sell, are going to impact your traffic. It can impact your opportunities for other things in your business and to grow. So having really good product photos can be a total game changer for your online craft business and your sales. So I really want to help you out. I want to make the process of taking photos be less stressful, a little bit easier, less time consuming, and help you end up with good results that'll help you sell your crafts online. So let's dive into some of these habits and why they could be holding you back from getting the product photos that you want, and what you can do instead so that you start getting photos that you actually do want. So let's get into it. So the first habit I really want you to stop is to stop spending hours trying to research and find the right solution or the best solution. There are a lot of makers I know who will spend time trying to find the right product photography tips or find, how do I do this? How do I do that? And there's a ton of stuff on the internet. There's, even books out there on how to take better product photos. But a lot of the reason that they're not making progress is because they're not actually applying the things that they're learning. They're not applying the tips that they're picking up. They're not applying the hacks and so on. They're just like in this research mode. They're downloading all of the things and they don't actually go and reference it later when they need to take product photos or to practice. So if you are just in that cycle of doing a lot of research but not taking a lot of action, I really want you to start taking some action. Close the laptop. Well, if you need the laptop to see tips or, watch a video, then by all means, but please don't spend more time trying to go find something when reality you might already have everything you need. You just need to go do something. So that is my first tip. So this next habit I want you to break, it definitely relates to the last one, and that is to get off your computer, pick up your camera, and go start practicing. A lot of makers I know just don't practice. And if you find the process frustrating and stressful and a chore, then I get why you probably are not, jumping every week saying, hey, I'm going to go practice taking product photos, right? We usually don't like practicing things we don't enjoy doing, right? We just really try to put it off. We procrastinate and just do it only when we have to, right? But how else are you going to get better product photos, right? How else are you going to, speed up the process and make your photos look better, right? Because your products deserve to look their best, right? You want to show off how amazing your work is to customers. But you can't do that if you're just posting mediocre looking photos that look like they probably belong on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, right? You need to spend time practicing. That's why I usually recommend to makers I work with to spend 30 to 60 minutes practicing each week on their product photos. That alone can help you really improve your product photos quickly. And you'd be amazed on how much better your photos could look in a short amount of time if you practice. So just like I said, get off your computer, turn off your phone and just spend some time the next month or two practicing and doing product photography. And I swear to you, you're going to get so much better in a short amount of time than you probably ever thought you would, going the route that you were before, which is probably not practicing at all. So try this little new tip out, this new habit out. So the next habit I really want you to break is to stop doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. When I was a maker and trying to photograph my products, I just really kind of did the same thing over and over. And it never dawned on me, maybe I should do something different to get a better photo. Like, if I'm not liking the results I'm getting, why am I doing the same thing over and over? And I'm sure you think that too. Like, maybe you're just now like realizing, hey, yeah, I kind of do the same thing over and over and it's not working. So why am I doing it over and over, right? That's why I really encourage you to experiment and try new things. Change the angle of your camera or change the angle of where your lights, hitting your product, or maybe try photographing your products at a different time of day, or maybe try a different background, something lighter or maybe a little bit darker. I encourage the makers I really work with to really think about what they're doing before they take a photo and really look at what their photo looks like, and they can really observe, yeah, it looks a little bit off. Let me try this instead and see if that works, because that's where you're going to get the best photo. That's what you're going to do to get the best results possible, is making adjustments and experimenting before you even take a photo. And that's how I got better in my product photography. Is I decided, let me try this, let me try that. What happens when I do this? Okay, that looks worse. Let me not do that again. Let me try this instead. And by experimenting, you'll understand what works for your product photos and what doesn't. And to give you like a real quick real life example of this, is I got some like new fancy lights to do videos because I was struggling to do it in the dining room due to the noise on the street. Hopefully this will be better, but I got lights, and it was a process trying to figure out how to use these and how to properly light myself. I don't know if I 100% love this, but you know what? I'm trying. I'm experimenting, and it was even more trickier because I wear glasses, and you get a reflection if the light is directly in front. So I can't put a light where the camera is, where you are. I have to move the lights to the side of me. And yeah, it was a process of trying to figure out what works and doesn't work. I don't know if I really like it, but I don't know, figure it out. I'm experimenting. So yeah, so I encourage you to experiment, try something new, and apply those tips that you're learning online to your product photos and see how they work out. I mean, how else are you going to get better unless you practice and experiment, right? So that's our third tip, and I got one more for you. So this last habit I really want you to break, I really want you to share this with your maker friends, and that is to stop buying photography gear. So many makers, especially when they're not getting the results that they want, they're really struggling with the photography aspect, a lot of makers will think, oh my God, I need to get a newer phone. My phone isn't working. It's broken. I need to go spend $1,000 on a new, iPhone or whatever. Or I need to go buy a new camera or get a camera. Oh, I need to go buy some lights. I got to go, do these things. Or you could be one of those people who has already a bunch of equipment and you're saying, none of it is working. Why are my product photos still not coming out right? And let me tell you, my friend, the problem usually isn't with your equipment or your lights or any of that. The problem is you don't understand how to properly light your products or how light works. You're probably taking product photos on auto mode, so your photos are always coming out inconsistent. And you're probably not spending time practicing and like learning how to better photograph your work. Those are the things that will really make your photos look a lot better. Yes, you might have issues with like composition and how to frame things, but in all honesty, the root of a lot of problems with product photography that you're running into have to do with the fact that you're not practicing, the fact that, maybe you're not doing any experimentation, the lighting, and your camera. Background's really easy to switch out, but to me, those are like the key things that will really make a big difference in how your product photos look. So yeah, save yourself some money, apply the tips that I've shared in this video, like really apply. Don't just say like, oh, that sounds great. No, actually, after this video, go get your camera, get your product set up, and just start practicing. So those are my habits that I really hope that you'll break and that will help you start making progress in how your product photos look. And if you want any more tips or you have any questions, please leave a comment below and let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.